What's up everybody, welcome back to Cambeau Kitchen. Today we're going to make Tortilla Española, one of Spain's famous dishes. All you're going to need is onions, russet potatoes, a mandolin for slicing your onions and potatoes, some herbs, and eggs. First step is to peel the potatoes. I washed my potatoes quickly just to get the dirt off of them, and I peeled them. Now for the onions, you slice them in half, peel off their outer skins. For the herb, I like a little thyme. This is completely optional, and I just give it a rough chop. Now I use the mandolin. You can adjust it underneath. It's basically a razor sharp edge that you can slice vegetables on. And I'm going to slice thin coins with my potatoes and thin ribbons with my onions. I slice a couple, they're about 1/4 inch thick, just to make sure they're nice and thin. Slice them all. Now for the onions, I'm doing the exact same thickness. You don't want them too thick, but you don't want them too thin so they break apart. About 1/4 inch. Now to cook them, I get a pot, a little bit of oil, and I'm just going to layer my ingredients. This is very important. A thin layer of potatoes, a pinch of salt, a crack of pepper, a little pinch of herbs, and a layer of onions. And I'm just going to repeat this process until the pot fills to the top. As you can see, layering each layer with herbs, salt, pepper, making sure the layers are nice and even, not too much potatoes or too much onions, just making the same amount for each layer. And now to cook this, I'm adding olive oil. I add about 3 or 4 cups of olive oil until it's about 1 inch below the top. Press it down gently, and you're good to go. Now we make a parchment lid. Grab a piece of parchment, fold it in half. You're going to fold it in half again. And then you're just going to continue to do that, keeping that point right there as the center. Fold, fold, fold until it's paper thin. You're going to then measure where you need to cut by using the tip of that folded point as the center, and your thumb is where you're going to cut. So I make a cut right where my thumb is, and then I unfold it, and you're going to see a nice beautiful circle that lets steam out but keeps the heat in and lets things cook uniformly and evenly. It's a nice little technique that you can use. So now that we have that, turn the heat on low, add your potato mixture to the heat, and cover it with your parchment lid. Cook it low for about 45 minutes to an hour until everything's very tender. You don't want it boiling ever, very low heat. Now, seeing as how this is a Spanish egg dish, I crack a few eggs into a bowl, 6 to be exact, and I just give them a quick whisk with a little salt and pepper. Now this is what's going to keep everything together and form that beautiful omelet. Now you need a slotted spoon. Lift your potato onion mixture out of the oil, let the remaining oil drip down. A little bit in your egg mixture is okay, you just don't want too much. And you're just going to slowly do this step little by little until you incorporate all the potatoes and all the onions. Now use a non-stick, I'm using an 8-inch skillet. You can use a 6-inch or larger, but just make sure it's non-stick, which is crucial. Use a rubber spatula every 1 to 2 minutes and just stir, stir, stir. It's going to take you about 15 to 20 minutes until the eggs are cooked almost all the way through. Leave it on low heat for 10 minutes so the bottom forms a crust, and pop it in the broiler. It just came out of the broiler. As you can see, the top is cooked. We're going to grab a plate and we're going to flip it upside down. You want to make sure that your eggs aren't overcooked because they get really dry and turn gray. You just want to make sure everything's cooked through. And as you can see, that non-stick pan didn't stick at all, and you have a nice, beautiful egg tortilla right there. That is awesome. Perfect. Now it's time to slice it up and time to eat it. It is so delicious. You want to make sure to let this cool until it's room temperature. I sprinkle a little salt on top of it, a little paprika or smoked paprika, and enjoy it in the morning, lunch, or afternoon with a glass of wine. It's fantastic. Add it to your repertoire. It's such an easy recipe, and it is so tasty, and it's healthy, vegetarian. It checks all the boxes. It's super delicious. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And we'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys.